Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Sean Ireton with the Nuinspiration Extraordinary Gentleman podcast. Today I want to talk to you about, as a man, owning your style. And what I mean by this is, and I really want to start it off as a question here. If you're in a relationship, do you dress yourself or does your woman dress you? If you're dressing yourself, good work. I'm proud of you, man. That's great. That's awesome. If you're letting her dress you, you need to stop it. Stop it right now. And this podcast is about why you should stop it. So, to jump in, here's some of the problems. So your woman should be supportive, but she should not be responsible for your style or your wardrobe. And the reason why is because she's got her own things. She's got to worry about her own style. She's got things that she has to worry about that's beyond your wardrobe and what's good for your outfits or your style. She's got so many other things on her plate. And if she really does care about you, she's going to give you the space to do this on your own. And you should be doing it on your own. One of the other things too is that she's more likely than not, she just doesn't want this responsibility. And a quick story here is one of my clients actually came to me as a referral from his wife. She came to me and said, "Hey, Sean, my husband has no idea what he's doing. He doesn't know how to dress himself. I'm having to pick shirts out for him, even though I really don't care. I don't like having to pick clothes out for him because he doesn't know what looks good for him. So he's always asking me what looks good on him. And I'm fed up with it, and I don't want to spend the time on this. We've got 2 kids. We've got other things that we have to worry about. The last thing in my mind is figuring out what clothing he should be wearing. This is on him." So this leads right into my next point, that some argue that if your woman has too much control or is too involved in this process, that this starts to create a mother-son dynamic, and she'll start to see you more of a child rather than a partner. And neither of you guys want this. You don't want to be seen as the man-child who's got his woman taking care of every single part about you and being that motherly figure. You clean the house, she cleans the house. It's a partnership. You guys work together on that stuff. The same should be done for your wardrobe. This is your responsibility. These are your clothes. This is what you need to do for yourself. She also, like I said before, she doesn't have time for this. But also this lends to her likely dressing you for how she wants you to look. And some guys think that's a good thing. It's not. It starts to create this dynamic of like, you don't necessarily want to look that way. Maybe she's putting you in stuff that you don't feel comfortable in or confident in. And you don't want that to happen either. She's going to just kind of change you over time. And most of us men really don't want to be changed, right? So you have to put your foot down at some point and say, look, I need to take control of this. And it's not necessarily anything that she's doing on her own. It's not necessarily her fault unless she's overly controlling about this, which I hope you don't have that situation. But it's your turn to take control of this. And if you don't, you might lose some of yourself in this process eventually. And you want to retain who you are. You don't want to change unless you're changing for the better, which I hope she would be doing for you. And then that's what I would do for you as an image consultant. But anyway, even if she does enjoy this process and likes having this role as your stylist, it's your responsibility as a man to at least understand how to dress yourself and understand the basics, because this will actually garner some respect from your woman. She'll love the fact that you are taking control of this area of your life, and it's going to make a huge difference in kind of that dynamic between man and woman in a relationship. Like you should just take care of this stuff. This is your personal problem, or this is your personal area that you need to get a handle on, and not let her take care of it for you. So with that said, I wanted to jump in with some tips for you real fast, and we're going to go ahead and do that right now. So with the tips on solving some of those problems is what you can do after you start getting more comfortable with your wardrobe. And in terms of getting comfortable with your wardrobe, if you're not super comfortable with a new style or a garment, what you need to do is baby step yourself into that kind of new style by wearing it for non-monumental occasions. And what I mean by non-monumental occasions is like just errands, or going out to a casual dinner or something, or like a lunch, something like that. Wearing those clothes around the house, just try to get used to this idea of a new style and get comfortable with that, and then you'll start to feel a little bit more confident. And once you've reached that point of doing this on your own without your woman's help, what you can do is start to reintroduce her opinions and her point of view into the process, and you start to narrow down the choices that you like. You eliminate stuff that you don't like in terms of shopping. What you do is narrow down the choices that you like, and then you start to ask her what her opinion is on those items. So now you're getting her involved in the process on a very high level, point of view, so that she's not super involved, but she's also just involved enough to where it alleviates some of that stress and makes her feel less like she's doing everything for you and more like she's a partner in this situation. So that's what you really want to do, is get good at it for yourself, bring her in on a high level perspective so that she's kind of saying like, oh, like that tie, the color doesn't really work with you all that well. I'm not a huge fan of that tie, and here's why. And then you can start to, based on the stuff that you like, you can say, okay, well, she doesn't like that one, so I won't get that tie. Or she doesn't like this pair of shoes that I picked out, so maybe I'll get the second option that I liked for myself. And just kind of go from there. That's really the best way to go about it. And that's actually how I do it with my woman. She has a really good point of view, really good perspective. She's very stylish, so I trust her opinion. So when I pick some stuff out, I ask her from time to time, like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And we kind of work together on that, and it becomes a fun activity between the both of us as a couple. So that's something that you can get out of this as well, making your woman feel like she's involved, she's a part of the process, but you've got ownership of it. You are not leaving everything to her to do for you. So again, like I said, once you got a good grasp and you start to enjoy the process, this can be a fun opportunity for you guys to do something as a couple. You can go out shopping together from now on, and when you're picking out some clothes for yourself, then you can get her opinion on things and you can start to take ownership of it. And that's really what I want for you. I just want you to be a guy who owns his sense of style, is very independent, and who doesn't completely rely on his woman to take care of him in that sense. So this is, like I said, this is really what I want for you. So I want you to be an extraordinary gentleman. I want you to be able to go out there, get some shopping done for yourself, man. Like, go out there, find some cool clothes, some stuff that you've always wanted to try out, but maybe you were too timid to try, maybe you weren't adventurous enough. I hear guys say all the time, like, that doesn't work for me, or I couldn't pull that off. Fuck it, man. Go try it. See if it works for you. If you like the way it looks on you, then you found a new item that you really, really like, and that's what I'm talking about, man. Just empower yourself with the opportunity to wear clothes that you may have not tried before and that maybe you would actually look good in. So take this advice, put it into action for yourself, and make things happen. So if you still need help and you're in the LA area, you can hire me, reach out to me, give me a call, let me know if you need the help, and I'd be more than happy to serve you and be your image consultant, because I can help you with your personal brand, which is finding those colors and patterns and style that work best for you, doing all kinds of outfit development stuff so I can really build out your wardrobe for you so you don't have to, or your woman doesn't have to, and really empower you with all these tools to make you be the extraordinary gentleman that you deserve to be. So Anyway, take care. Make the rest of today extraordinary, and look forward to having you in my next segment. Thanks, guys.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.